This is Shir 34 in our series on Avodas Habitachon. We previously established the precise volume of Hishtadlus you are obligated to perform is dynamically calibrated to your individual level of Bitachon. To complete this foundational framework, we must introduce a critical concept. Even if a person reaches the ultimate pinnacle of Bitachon, where they are only required to perform the absolute minimum level of physical effort, they remain metaphysically commanded to execute that minimum as a necessary garment to mask the supernatural hand of Hashem. You must perform a baseline of labor to effectively be master es to hide the miracle. Hashem maintains a profound desire for the world to be governed under the veil of Hester Panim, a hidden face, rather than in a manner that reveals the overt miraculous intervention of the divine. As the Darshas Haran explains in Darsha Shemini, the desire for HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hachno'o manhage shel olam b'chol mad efsher. He wants to run the world as much as possible in the regular nature. She'ateva yokor be'inov lo yeshanenu elo letzorech hechrach. Nature is precious in his eyes, and he will only change it if it's an absolute necessity. The Ran elaborates that for this very reason, Moshe Rabbeinu did not feel that there was a necessity for Klal Yisrael to have the slav, the quail, and he said that Klal Yisrael can just chef for themselves Tzoynu Bakar, the sheep and the cattle that they brought out from Mitzrayim. The deeper implication is that Moshe Rabbeinu understood that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will never innovate a miracle and a wonder for something that is not an absolute necessity. The Ramban similarly clarifies in Devarim Perchov Pasuk Tes HaTorah hi matzava b'derech eretz. The Torah commands us to do things in a regular, natural way. V'ta'aseh hanisim me'reyav the Hester, and he does miracles even for Tzadikim in a hidden way. There is a desire that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has that he does not like to change nature. He only intervenes when there is no other way to save the person, or when he wants to be a mefarsim, or to publicize his name to creations, as it was by Kriyas Yamsuf. Building upon this, Rav Moshe Sternbach notes in Echela Gimel Simin Tov Pei Aleph that even when a heavenly fire descended upon the Mizbeach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded us to bring a fire from a hedyid in order to cover the miracle as much as possible. Furthermore, the Michal Melio explores what constitutes the minimum Hishtadlus required of us. He cites Rabbeinu Zundel Misalant, who posits that we are obligated to exert effort in a manner that allows the resulting bounty to appear to the human eye as if it were a direct product of a natural cause. We are required to perform our Hishtadlus in a way that when we receive the ultimate blessing, we can attribute it to the natural sequence of events. By doing this, anyone who willfully chooses to ignore the divine hand and misattribute their success to nature alone is empowered to make that error. Once you have fulfilled the requirement of quote-unquote masking the miracle, the obligation of the obligatory measure of Hishtadlus is fully satisfied. A compelling testament to this principle is found in the life of Yaakov Avinu, as it says in Bereshis, Perchov Tes, Chav Ches, Pasuk Aleph, Vayikach me'avnei hamokoim vayosem me'roishav, that Yaakov Avinu took the stones and put it around his head. Rashi explains because he was scared of wild animals. He made a protection around his head and asked the Saba Mikel, how does this protect Yaakov Avinu from wild animals? And he answered that Yaakov did this just to hide the nates as much as possible. In the same spirit, the Sephora writes in Bereshis Perek Lamed, Pasuk Tazayin, that Rachel and Leah did not solely rely on tefillah to have children. They performed active Hishtadlus by bringing in co-wives and use of dudayim, talking about making the 12 shvatim. Their tefillahs were heard because they did Hishtadlus. Ki ro l'tzadik sheyasa Hishtadlus hativi ha'efshar etzli lahasi cheftzai. It's proper for a tzaddik to do the natural Hishtadlus that is possible to achieve what he wants. Together with that, to daven that he should achieve that purpose. And next year we will continue with this topic.